So the new 2022 Ford Focus ST. So this is like a midlife or refresh facelift model from a car, the Mark 4 Focus, that I've kind of spoken a little bit about this channel, including like the Focus ST edition, and I've also driven the Mark 4 1.5 TDCi on the channel as well. And this is just going through some spy shots of the car here from an article from Autocar. Yeah, it's designed to obviously compete with other brands, obviously Golf, Octavia, 1 Series, etc, etc. But I want to explain why I actually think having the old shape model, the standard Mark IV, is actually potentially where you should be. So yeah, don't worry too much about this new model coming out. But yeah, let's go through some of the looks and see what you guys think. So here's kind of like the first picture. Now it's hard to tell always because of the camo, but one thing to mention is the green paint. Kind of similar to the Mark II Focus RS, and green seems to be quite a cool colour. They used it a little bit in, I think it was the Puma ST, I've seen it on. Yeah, it looks quite nice. And I think if you're going to go for a Focus ST, you're going to want it to stand out a little bit, hence the orange and some of the colours you get. That's sometimes a good way to go. But you can see a little bit of a change in the front and the kind of way way it kind of looks on that side. Maybe a little bit of difference in the lights as well. But side on, it looks pretty much exactly the same. And as we go on to sort of like further images as well, you know, there's not that much difference. It's the front section and it's the rear where the big changes are at. So let's see if we can go a little bit further as we get nearer sort of like the rear end of the car. Again, the wheels look pretty similar to the other Focus ST. Yeah, I actually quite like the car. I think it looks quite good from what I've seen in person. They sound good as well, which is nice. There's the sort of biggest change. Obviously a little bit more refined. Everything gets a little bit thinner with the lights. Diffuser is still the same with the 2 exhaust pipes. But yeah, little bits of changes, but nothing drastic. That's kind of the key. That's what midlife facelifts are all about. Little changes here and there, and that's kind of it. We kind of go through the pictures, but let me know your thoughts in the comments. What you think? Do you prefer the old Mark IV or the facelift one? I've always found Ford to have always kind of, I've always preferred the original version to a facelift model, if that makes sense. I preferred that throughout the Focus range. Just because I think that's what the designers intended the car to be, and this is just to obviously make those extra few sales before eventually obviously end of life. There's some more pictures as well that you can see, and the green paintwork I think is probably the highlight, which isn't available currently, certainly in the UK, on the standard Focus ST. There's a better look at the front. See what you think about it. You know, you've got the sort of slightly thinner lights potentially. Is the grille a little bit different? Hard to tell with the camo. But yeah, there you go. Just that's what they've changed. What they've shown on camo is what they've changed. That's the idea. And there's actually further pictures as well from a black car. You get an idea of that sort of front end. Yeah, I believe this one is probably, is it more standard? Yeah, it might be more standard Focus. Again, hard to tell. But yeah, nice looking as well as we kind of go through. But let's scroll through some more of these images just to see what you guys think, so you can see it and pause it and check it out as you're kind of watching the video. But what I wanted to explain is that for those who've obviously say like ordered the Focus ST edition, the blue one that I've shared in sort of like a previous video, I wouldn't be too worried if you've got the old Mark IV. And the reason for that is because of all the supply issues that we've had. As I'll scroll through some more images, there's not many cars out on the market. This car isn't going to come out until sort of 2022, so you've got kind of like another year to kind of wait, which is nice because that means you know, by the time that car comes out, you'd think production would be a little bit better, so more cars will be accessible and there'll be more cars available, which means the previous sort of standard Mark IV is actually going to be a little bit more rarer. And because of that, that helps with a bit of residuals. Obviously makes the car more affordable kind of on the used market as well. So it kind of builds up and it's an advantage for everyone. And also looks wise, I mean, chalk and cheese really when they do facelifts. But yeah, it would be interesting to know what the inside is like if they really revamp that. But with tight cost cuttings and regulations and stuff, I doubt they're going to do that much. This car is just the normal Focus, so I won't go through it too much, but it gives you an idea of the grille. Let's sort of go back to one of the car in green. Now, that's one of the reasons why I don't think you should be too worried if you've got the previous model. Now, engine-wise, it's all going to be pretty much the same. They don't want to spend too much money. That's generally the idea. I actually quite like the Mark IV. I think it looks good. I think it's got a lot going for it. And check out my first drive review in the car. It's a good car. Being a bit of a fast forward fan as well, this is obviously the top of the range ST. They're not doing an RS. They're not. Yeah, they don't look like they're going to even make another petrol car after this sort of Mark IV generation. So it's sort of all new. Well, it's all a bit unknown from that side. I think Ford have got a lot going for them, particularly with the Mach-E, which I'm going to do a video sort of in the future as well on just this car here, just because I think it's pretty interesting. I think it deserves its own little video just to talk about that car. But on the facelift, yeah, hard to tell a little bit from the camo, but I think the biggest highlights personally is maybe I love how Ford sort of make the paint a little bit more performance orientated. I think that's really, really nice. Again, little bit more refinements here and there on certain areas, and maybe they'll do more from different angles of the bodywork as well, which would obviously potentially enhance it and stuff. But yeah, exciting times sort of in the car market. It's good to see them sort of kicking on, considering everything that's going on. I think it's really hard for manufacturers right now with so many pressures against them. But I think the Focus ST in itself has been well received. Hopefully I'll get to drive it on the channel actually, so if you do own one and you enjoy sort of the content that I do, so check out previous other content and sort of like first drives, just to know what I'm kind of all about. That would be great to kind of show on the channel. But as for the standard Focus, I like the way it drives. It's got that Ford sort of style handling that I think most fast Ford fans kind of know about. Will it compete with sort of like the Mark 8 Golf and all of those? Yeah, I think it's right up there, and I think price is the key as well. I think this Focus does undercut those quite nicely, particularly with the options that you get. It's all pretty good and pretty exciting. But yeah, here's the facelift. It's quite incredible that the standard Mark IV Focus has been out now for nearly 4 years. It sort of came out sort of late 2017, so this is like bang on the right time to be doing a sort of upgrade or a midlife refresh. How long will that one last? Probably another sort of 3 or 4 years, and then, well, who knows what's going to happen. It's going to be completely unknown. But let me know your thoughts, what you think of some of the images from this sort of like leaked spy shots, whatever it is, around sort of like Germany. That's kind of where they kind of do these kind of testing, I believe. I think it's Germany anyway, not 100% sure. And yeah, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Like, share, subscribe if you want to see more content. And thanks so much for watching, and yeah, cheers guys.